Welcome back to the channel, guys. Farm Sim Snowy here. So again, we've got quite a few mods to get through today, so I will be going through them a little bit quicker than normal, probably just to try and squeeze it all into one video. Do have some of them in front of us, so without further ado, let's go and check them all out. So first up today we have this, which is the John Deere S600 series. This is by JHHG Modding. This had an update today, and I think the part of that update was for it to be released onto console, so it is here for us console players. Now, first thing I want to say, I know I've quickly mentioned it in the intro, there's a ton of mods today, so forgive me if I am rushing through them a little bit and I don't show you all the wheel configurations and tyre selections and things like that. But I need to get through it because otherwise I'm not going to fit it all into the video. So first of all, we have this, which is the S680 to 690 series. It's 198 grand base price. We can change up the horsepower, which we'll check in a second. It has a top speed of 19 miles per hour. It's got a varying tank capacity, which ranges from between 10,550 litres right up to 22,905 litres. And it is 31 slots on console. Obviously this is a harvester, so you'll find it under vehicles and harvesters. There is quite a few configurations on here, but here it is. It's very nicely detailed, I must say. JHHG modding mods are normally very nicely detailed. So it's a little bit high on the slot count, and it is quite high on the megabyte download. I can't remember what that was. But we can change the grain tank extensions, and again there is quite a few options there, but if you look over to the left it does go across, so we're on 10,550 and it will change up the capacities every so often, so 14,100, and there is a ton. So very cool. We're up to 17,000 now, we're up to 19, and there's your 22,905. So I'm pretty sure we had this on FS19. I'm sure I've used it in the past. So there's quite a few configurations for the tank there. Wheel brands, we've got Continental, Michelin, Mitas, and back to Continental. Similar sort of thing again across the tyres, so I won't go through all of them, but we do have some front twin ones. Sometimes it only changes the rear one, so like that configuration, and then it will change some of the front and the rear. And then we do get crawler track, a couple of options on there for that. So it's pretty much the same across Michelin as well. Keep going, we will get crawler tracks. There's absolutely loads of things to change on here, so there you go. So I won't go too mad on them. Numbers, we've either got no, or you can put the numbers on either side of the sort of cab there, and there's also one on the rear. We can go from 1 right up to 6 if you want. Specification, if you look at the rear where the warning triangle is, we're on North America. If we go Australia, it gives us the oversize. Then South America puts the warning triangle back on, but it also does change some of these stickers at the front. So if you look at the yellow stickers, if we go back to North America and Australia, they stay the same. Then those stickers go like that. Rear hitches, we have got, I don't know if you can just see it, that black pin hitch attacher there. Then we can have the hitch extension, so it puts the bar out like that. Then we can have that extension again, but it's folded up, so it runs along the rear axle there, so it will fold out once you unfold the harvester. Or we can have no again. Engine setup, we can go from 473 horsepower. It does have the 2012 version. All I can see that changes is the cab interior, the seats and that, and this a bit here just above the John Deere sign. So if we go up to the next one, which is 2015, so 2015 version, you see that changes there. And then if we look at the cab, that changes. So we go from 473 horsepower to 543 in those 2 years, and back to 473. Pipe, we have got the 5.6 meter pipe, and we can go 6.9 meters, 6.9 meters foldable, 7.9 meters, 7.9 meters new pipe, 7.9 meters new foldable pipe, 8.7 meters, and then back to 5.6. So quite a few, and we haven't finished yet. Rear axis, we can have standard or wide rear axis, standard or wide. Regular vane tailboard, so if you look at the tailboard there where it sprays out the straw, we can then have standard, and then we've got the advanced power cast tailboard, and then we're back to the regular vane tailboard, and we can have a license plate on there as well. So quite a few options. Now pretty much similar for this, and there is also another series which I'm going to show you in a minute, and they're all pretty much the same configuration, so I won't go mad again on, I'll just show you. But again, very cool, very nicely detailed. Tank capacity ranges on this one, I didn't tell you actually, did I? Between 7,080 right up to 19,380. We can change the horsepower up between 271 and 373 horsepower. This one's 31 slots on console, also does 19 miles per hour. So there's the grain tank, similar sort of thing as you can see. And then we will get that big one, hopefully. There you go. No, that's it. Oh, I don't know which one we're on now. And the wheel brands are pretty much all the same. The numbers are the same. All the North American and Australia's the same. That is all the same. The engine setup, I do have a couple of different years on this as well. So we're at 271 horsepower, and that's on the 2014 version. We go to 295, staying on the 2014 version. Then we could go to 320 horsepower, which puts it onto the 2012 version, which again changes the cab and that side. And then we can go 320 horsepower on the 2015 version. And then we're up to 373 on the 2012. 373 on a 2015. And then we're back to 271. I'm getting lost myself in this. All the same thing with the pipes. Even on the smaller one, you've got that big pipe. And the tailboard at the back, etc. like that, with the hitches, all the same. Whoa, so there you go. That is the first one, which is the John Deere S600 series by JHHG Modding. The next one's going to be by the same modder, and that is going to be this one, which is the John Deere S700 series. It's pretty much similar again, like I said just a minute ago. So we've got the S780 to 790 series, 216,000 base price. It ranges between 547 to 625 horsepower. Top speed of 24 miles per hour. It's got the same varying tank capacity as the first big one I showed you just a second ago. So between 10,600 and 22,905. This is 28 slots on console. And again, it's pretty much the same sort of thing with the tanks and the wheel brands. You go through, you get to crawler tracks eventually. A couple of different designs there on the crawler tracks, but you kind of get the gist. Again, with the numbers right up from 1 to 6, all of this is pretty much the same. The engine setup, we're on the 780, which is 547. We don't have any different years on this one. Then we can go up to 625 horsepower, and then we're back down. So it's just those 2 horsepower configurations. Same thing with the pipes. We can go right up to 8.7 meters. We can have foldables and all sorts. The rear axis is going to be the same, wide, and your tailboard's going to be the same. There's no, yes there is a hitch on this. So it's the same as well, the hitches. So there you go. Pretty same across the board. And then we do have this one, which is the 760 770 series, 205 grand base price. This will go between 387 and 455 horsepower, top speed of 24 miles per hour, and the tank's going to range between 7,080 and 19,380. 28 slots on console. There it is, and it's exactly the same all over, so I'm not going to go through all that, but again, very cool, very nicely detailed. There's your engine setup, 760s, we're on 387, we can go to 455, and that is it, just 2 configurations. Pipes all the same, everything. So there you go, that's those 2, so they were all by JHHG Modding. And they were updated today for console release. And next we've got this, which is the Fent 500 Favorit. This is by MoosAgrar, 76 grand base price, varying horsepower. It's got a top speed of 31 miles per hour. It's 14 slots on console. And there it is. We do have a base game Fent Favorit, but this has got a few more different configurations. Now, I'm sure when this mod came out on FS19, it went right up to 190 horsepower. This only goes up to 150, which I was a little bit disappointed about, because I absolutely loved this tractor on FS19. The wheel brands, we can change Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vederstein, Nokians, back to Trelleborg. It's pretty much the same across most of them. Some of them are varied. So we've got all the wide tyres and weights that you'd expect. Narrow tyres on Trelleborgs. Rear twins, twin wheels all round. I think Michelin's is just wide and weights, and that's it. Oh, I think my left stick on my joypad is sticking. It keeps playing up like that. I might have to do something about that. Continental's going to be more or less the same as Trelleborg, but I don't think there's a narrow tyre option in that. Let's have a look at the Nokians. We've got wide tyres, wide twos, commonals, and back to wides. Beacon lights. We've got no beacons. We can have beacon light 1 left, beacon light 1 left and right. Then we can have light 2 left and light 2 left and right, and then none. Number plate, I will have to put a number plate on here for you so that you can see this, because it changes the position, and it only changes the position of the front one. So at the minute the rear one is up there. If we go back up to the number plate holder, so lower position, upper position, doesn't change the rear one at all. What it's going to do is the front one. So if you have it in the lower position, it puts it there underneath the Fent sign, the upper position up there on the exhaust, like so. Carpet, if you look inside the cab and on the floor, we've got no at the minute. Then we can have yes, so it puts a carpet in. I know you can't probably see very well, but you'll be able to see when you're in cab. We have got the Fent writing there on the carpet as well, so it's either no or yes for that. Exhaust cover, we've either got black or chrome. Terminal holder, if I go around the back, if you look to the right of the steering wheel, puts that black terminal holder on there. If we go to, it puts a red one up there, and then we can have both like so, and then back to no. Attachers, we've got no front PTO, or then we can have a front PTO, and then back to no. Front loader attacher, we've got quickie, Hauer, no, and then we've got the engine setup. So we're at 115 horsepower, we can go 120, 140, and like I said, up to 150, like so. Main colour is going to change all that. We've got the Fent bright green, the dark green, black beauty, petrol blue, communal, Fent red, and the white. And then the rim colours, we've got red, black beauty, white, and beige. We can obviously have the license plate, which you've seen already. So there you go. That's the Fent Favorit, or 500 Favorit, shall I say, by MoosAgrar. Then we got this, which is the Claas Vario pack. This is by, what does that say? Melody or Melody maybe, but it says Lodi 98. Apologies if I've said that wrong. It is a pack of harvester headers, varying in sizes. Obviously there is no configurations on any of them, but they do look cool, nicely detailed. They've all got the model numbers on the side like so. So I won't show you all of them, but they are very cool. So we've got the 560, which is 5.6 meters wide. That's 5 slots. I think they're all, no they're not. These two are 5 slots. We've got a 6.8 meter wide one, a 9.3 meter wide one, that's 7 slots, 10.8 meters, 6 slots, 12.3, 7 slots, and then we've got a 13.8 meter wide one, which is 7 slots as well. So there you go, pretty cool. Let's just have a quick look at the big one. There you are. Sweet. That is the Claas Vario pack by Melody 98. Next we've got another sort of pack. This is the Lizard platform trailers. This is by Hispano. It's basically 4 bow trailers. Obviously going to vary in capacities what you can hold on these. They have got auto load function as well, which you can turn on and off. Now the first one does say 28 bales, but obviously if you want to be a bit risque, if you've not got it on auto load, you could probably squeeze a few more than that on there. It's your choice. Will hold square and round bales. They're all between 125 to 180 centimeters bales, round ones, and the square ones are between 180 and 240. So the first one is this one, which is 15.5 grand by 28 bales, 4 slots on console. I'll show you all the configurations on this one because they are exactly the same. It does look like they're all front swivel axle trailers. So we've got wheel brands Trelleborg, BKT, Continental, Michelin, Nokians, Vederstein, Trelleborg. And it's pretty much the same across all of them. We've got standard or wides. Some of them have got standard 2s in there. There you go. There's that joypad again. What do you call it? I'm losing it today. We've got Continental you can't change up. Nokians is just wide tyres as well, so you get the gist of it. There's quite a few tyre options. There normally is on most of these mods. Stop doing that. Design, we've got standard, extension 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then back to standards. So quite a few options there. And then this is the auto loading option. So automatic bell loading, you either have no or yes. Interestingly enough, if you go yes, it takes away that orange sort of grill or skirt at the bottom, like so. Normal pin hitch, that is actually the front. So at the minute you can see we've got the pin hitch with a hole in the middle. We can change that to a low ball hitch, like so. So normal pin. This does have a pin hitch attacher on the back as well, so you could join this up to anything else with a pin hitch. And there's a beacon on the back there as well. Main colour, you can probably tell that's going to change that. Design colour, we'll go for something like that. Just going to do those and that rear bar. And then your rim colour, again, pretty obvious. You can have a license plate on there as well. And then there's this one which holds 32 bales. That's 4 slots on console. This will hold 36 bales, and then the large one 42 bales. That's 6 slots on console, like so. Pretty nifty. It's the Lizard platform trailers by Hispano. And then we've got the Trans 70. This is by Rowley Christie 1 VSR Modding Sur. It's quite a handy trailer, this actually. It's 36 grand to buy, so you'll find this under trailers. 70,000 litre capacity, so pretty good. Hold pretty much everything. It's 5 slots if you're on console. And that's playing up the configurations. Wheel brands we can change from Trelleborg, Michelin, and that is it. Trelleborg got standard or wides, Michelin standard or wides, like so. It does look quite dull like that with that colour scheme, but we can change that up obviously to anything on there. There is some very funky colours in here. We've got galvanised and chromes, all sorts going on, so there's quite a lot to choose from. And then the rim colour, again, you can change up. I think there's some chromes and metallics in there like so. There you go, pretty cool. What is quite cool with this though, you've got two options of unloading. So one option, which is the normal unload, so for me that would be, well, it'd either be R1 and triangle if you're at a sort of specific point, but if you want to unload anywhere, it's L1 and R1 and triangle for me. You got the push option, so as you can see, it will push that back support there, and it will push your crops out of the rear, if I can get the angle right. Or the other one for me was L1 and I think it was right stick up and down. It puts those two legs down at the front and it actually pushes up the rear of the trailer, so this end goes up in the air. So that could be very handy, I should imagine, for visiting the BGA, maybe if you need to get into sort of like a higher digester sort of thing, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So I thought that was quite handy, that, and you can move the drawbar up and down as well. So there you go, that is that one. That's the Trans 70 by Rowley Christie one, VSR Modding Sur. Then we've got the Stara Ninja 19,000/33,000 pack. This is by Rowley Christie one and VSR Modding Sur again. So these are auger wagons, you're finding the tools and auger wagons. We've got the Reboke Ninja 33,000, which is 66 grand base price. Requires 210 horsepower to run, obviously 33,000 litre capacity, 4 slots on console. Won't hold everything, but it looks like it will hold wheat, barley, oat, canola, sorghum, sunflowers, soybeans, corn, seeds and solid fertiliser. So there it is. Very cool looking. Wheel brands, we've got Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vederstein, Lizard, back to Trelleborg. In Trelleborg, got standard or wides. Michelin's standard or wides again. BKT we can't change up. Vederstein we got standard and wides. Lizard we also have. Oh, come on. I do apologise, it's my joypad. I'm going to have to get that sorted. Lizard we have standard or wides, and we do have a license plate option as well if you want, which is going to appear somewhere there. That is sticking, isn't it? I need to sort that out. Apologies for that, guys. So that's that one. Then we have the Ninja 19,000, which is obviously 19,000 litre capacity. That only requires 110 horsepower, 3 slots, same crop types, and pretty much the same options as well. It's just a smaller version with just the one sort of wheel on the rear. Well, obviously it's got 2 wheels, but you know what I mean. One either side. Very cool. So it's the Stara Ninja 19,000/33,000 pack by Rowley Christie one, VSR Modding Sur. Then we've got the John Deere HX20. This is by Blacksheep Modding. This is a mower. It is 15 grand to buy, requires 75 horsepower, 4 slots on console. It's 6.2 meters wide and it runs at 13 miles per hour. So we can change the wheel brand from John Deere to Mitas, and that's it. I can't change the wheel setup at all. Not sure why that's there as an option if you can't do that. Light system, if you look at the bits that are folded up either side, it puts the light system on there like so. And then mulcher, you've either got yes or no. You can't see anything changing. I'm guessing if you have it with mulcher on yes, it's not going to leave any grass behind for you. So that is my reckoning for that. But that's the John Deere HX20 by Blacksheep Modding. And another John Deere, this is the 622X. This is by Melody 98 again. This is a harvester header, not heather. It is 40,500 to buy. That's quite pricey, isn't it, for 6.7 meters? I don't know. 6 slots on console, 6.7 meters. I've just mumbled that, and it's 6 miles per hour when you're using it. Obviously, it'll only do those crop types that are showing there. There is no configurations on this at all, but it is what it is. It looks very nice indeed. So that's the John Deere 622X by Melody 98. Then we've got this, which is the Lemkin D24. This is by Adub Modding ABP team. This is a plough, so you find it under tools and ploughs. It's only 600 to buy, but it is only a metre wide, bless it. Very cute. And it only requires 10 horsepower. It's only 1 slot on console. And there it is. Again, no options on this. Very, very small. Definitely going to need small fields for that. Otherwise, you're going to be out there all day doing that. That's the Lemkin D24 by Adub Modding ABP team. And then we have this, which is the Stepa FHL13AK. This is by Nico 73 Modding. This you'll find under tools and forestry equipment, because it is a forestry trailer which you can put along with your tractor or whatnot. It does have a little trick up its sleeve though, which we'll see in a second. It's 54 grand base price, 3 slots on console. And there it is. Very nice with the crane on there, like so. Wheel brands, we can have Trelleborg, Continental, BKT, or back to Trelleborg. I think Trelleborg's the only one you can change, and that is either wide tyres or standard. Just checked the others. No, you can't change the others. But if we look at design, we've got wood configuration. Then we can go bow configuration. Now, it does say in the description that it allows you to load wood or round bales, and it says number of bales 8, so you should be able to load 8 bales on here. Whether you're going to be able to do it with that crane or not, I have no idea, because I don't think I would stand a chance with that, because I'm pretty hopeless at picking up bales sometimes. But there you go, and we can have a license plate on there as well if you wish to. That's the Stepa FHL 13AK by Nico 73 Modding. Next up is the Lizard 1250 kg weight. This is by PET or PET. It is obviously a weight. You find it under tools and weights. 1,150 to buy. It's only 1 slot on console. It does look like a sort of square cushion, like beanbag type thing you'd want to sit on. There you go. Anyway, it's pretty plain looking, but it is what it is. We can have it without trailer hitch or with trailer hitch, so it puts that pin hitch attacher on the front. I'm going to leave it like that because that will be relevant in a second. Main colour we can change to anything on there which does that, and the design colour, you probably guessed it, is going to do that pin hitch. So obviously if you've got it without trailer hitch, you're not going to be able to use that design colour. So there it is. It is a weight. That is the Lizard 1250 kg weight by PET. And then we have another weight of sorts. This is a bit quirky. I had to test this because I'm wondering why they called it offset mass holder, but it is a sort of set of weights, so you'll find these under tools and weights. This is by FredModding. So first of all, we got the hydraulic weight adapter. This is 1,500 to buy. It's 1 slot on console, and then with that as a pack, you've got the weight. That is 1,500 also in 1 slot. Now, interesting enough, this looks more like the weight. So I don't know if they've got them around the wrong way. So we'll look at this one, which is supposed to be the weight adapter. But now you can hook up to this as normal, like a weight. It does have a pin hitch there on the front. If you look at the where those 2 little hoses are disappearing, that is folded up. So it's got a hydraulic sort of, I don't know, it basically folds out like a concertina sort of thing, so it'll push that weight out further from your tractor, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's got a hydraulic offset is what they're saying on the mod hub. So I'm not sure what or why you'd do that, but there you go. We can change the main colour. Obviously there's a reason for it. I mean, I'm no expert in farming at all, I just play this game because I love it. But there you go, change the colour on there. And then we have this guy, which does exactly the same sort of thing. So you can hook this up to your front linkage, like so. And then it has this sort of 3-point attacher on there as well. But again, this unfolds so it push out. So if you hook those up together, which is what I did, they individually push out. So you can extend that weight right out from your tractor, which is quite bizarre, really. I don't think we can change anything in there. I don't know if my menu's playing up. No, so you can't change anything on there. So there you go. That is that one. That's the offset mass holder by FredModding. Right, now time for the placeables for today. It's a ton again. Oh man. First of all, I'm going to have to rush through these again, guys, because otherwise I'm not going to cram all this in one video. First of all, this is 3 separate packs, but I'm going to do it all as one because they're all by Alien Jim. Now, if you're familiar with, obviously, No Man's Land from FS19, and also Alien Jim brought out a separate pack, the Nml Pack, obviously NML means No Man's Land Pack, which had all the decorative objects. So if you were on the actual map, No Man's Land, you had access to all those decorations anyway, but he did bring it out as a separate mod where you could use it. There was just a decorative pack as a separate mod. A lot of them are in here, whether it's all of them, they're all in this pack, plus he's added in some extra ones from this version. So those look like sort of buildings from Oak Belleron. You've got the Citroen 2CV, and there's also the arcade unit from FS22, but obviously the sweet shop and things like the junk car, they're from FS19 that have been brought over. So it is 3 packs. The placeable vehicle pack, the placeable objects pack, and placeable buildings pack. Now obviously I'm not going to be able to show you all of them, but there is a ton of options in there. I will run through them briefly in the build mode. So just as an example, I've placed a few down. So we've got a sweet shop there. I think that was 4 slots. We've got that building, which was 4 slots. I think these were 2. It all varies really, depending on what you're going to go for. But first of all, you'll find all of these under your build mode and in decoration under others. And they actually start, because we've got farmhouses and all sorts. So they start here at this log cabin. So these are part of the buildings pack, obviously. But as you can see, there's a ton. And some of you guys, obviously, like I say, will be familiar. You've got the garden centre there. That was on the FS19. And then you got all these that look like from sort of Oak Belleron, which he's added in. Then I think we start moving into the objects pack. So you've got all of these. There's tons of stuff. Boxes, chessboard. Absolutely loads of things. Old wheelbarrows, generators, you know, there's a ton of things in here. I'm not sure why this didn't get released as a just one pack, a whole decorative. Maybe it's obviously too much, I'm not sure. There's a parking meter. It's ridiculous. So you can really jazz up your map if you're on something like No Man's Land or Calm's Land that came out yesterday. Ignore those rocks. I think that's a separate mod. I don't know why they're shoved in amongst them. We've got a substation, a snowman. There's absolutely loads. Then we go into the vehicles like so. As you can see, there is a ton. So that is where you'll find all of those. Obviously I can't go through all the slot counts because it's varying and all the prices vary as well. But that's the first 3 mods by Alien Jim. moving on from there, we've got this, which is My Cow Pasture. This is by Rowley Christie 1. Again, I'm sure we had similar to this on FS19, but it's very cool. I think this holds 490 cows. It's 8 slots if you're on console. It is a pasture. I've got my field info on, so you will need to give them water, which is there. You will get slurry from this. Now, I haven't tested to see whether you will get manure. Normally you wouldn't, but you get slurry. So whether you place down a manure heap, you might do, but I would have had to have, you know, fed them and skipped through and all sorts to get that. And I am seriously running out of time today to do all of this, but there we go. In the middle there, we'll run down through there in a second. You're going to tip in, I would imagine, your feed and your straw. This is your dialogue box. So come up to there. Like I say, it'll hold 490 cows. We'll just put one in now. Let's put a couple in. In fact, let's do the most we can. There you go, 60. Like so. There they are. Happy as Larry. Your milk point is just there. You can open these gates like so. He says we're going to run down there, so as you can see they appear either side of here. 2 more gates there which we can open, but I'm going to jump them. And then down the end we've got our point to take out our slurry, which is pretty cool. So this you will find under your build mode, animals obviously, and cows. There it is, 150 grand to buy, and as you can see you need to put water in there like so. It's quite big but very cool. So that is My Cow Pasture by Rowley Christie 1. Moving on from there, we have a pack which is Grain Storages Pack by Camelot 0397. You get 3 buildings I think, plus I mean this building is full of these concrete dividers, as you can see inside. They're up the end, they're there, they're around the outside. It also does come as with this, sorry, which you can find under decoration as well and others. So it's just that. I think that was 2 slots for that. This building was 25 slots. I'll show you around this building, and then I'll show you where you can find everything. Sorry, there is a digital sort of scale by the look of it. I'm not sure whether that works, but there is this sort of pad here, so possibly you drive in from this end where we're up now, and you can read what weight you are up there, so that probably works. It's quite huge in here. This is where you can probably store all your grains. Got a dividing wall there. So you've got plenty of room to move about in. There is lights in here, and if we go up to here, I've left my help menu on as well. I've got a switch light on option. They all come on, very bright, and they go off. There's a little office with decoration in there. There's also a light switch for in here as well, like so. Pretty cool. So that was, I think that's the biggest one I picked out of the 3. So if we go into build mode again, these buildings will be under sheds, and they are these ones here. So 55 grand to place down the one I've got there. Then we've got a smaller one which is 13 slots, that's 35 grand. So as you can see, there they are. That actually snaps round, it won't spin round. And then part of it as well, you get a metal shed which is 15 grand to buy, and that's 6 slots and console. So there you go, kind of like a drive few, oh I can't say it, you know what I mean. Decoration and others, right back this way past, there we go, there's that. That is 2 slots, but it says 1 because I put 1 down, only 50 to buy, like so. So that is that pack. That's Grain Storages Pack by Camelot 0397. And moving on from there, we have this, or these, another pack. This is Low Cost Silos. This is by VSR Modding Sur. Basically, we've got 2 silos. That's one silo. I'm not saying two because there's two, because there's actually three there. There's two silos. There's a standard grain silo and a multi-fruit silo, and then we have two extensions for each of those. So a standard grain extension and a multi-fruit silo extension. That landscaping's a bit awful there. So obviously your tip in there and your pipe out will be there, or your chute out. Very cool, nicely detailed and looking. These you'll find under buildings and silos. If we go to, there they are, I've gone past them. So we've got the ordinary grain silo, which is what I put down. The silos are 6 slots each, and the extensions are 3 slots each. So this one's saying 1 slot because I've put it down. They are fairly similar. This one's got an extra tank, well, it looks bigger actually. So 1 million litre capacity for each one. Haven't tested what exactly you can store in there, but multi-product ones, multi-fruit ones normally is pretty much everything. And then if we go up to silo extensions, there's the extensions for them. So like I say, 3 slots, and that will add on another 500,000 litre capacity. It's a very smart indeed. That is low cost silos by Shaba VSR Modding Sur. Moving on from there, we've got these, another pack. I've only placed 2 down because there's a few in each one. This is Old Manure Heap. They're by Blacksheep Modding. They're all 2 slots each if you're on console. Obviously a place to store your manure. We've got like corner ones here, and there's some larger ones of this, so I'll just put down a smaller one. So again, you'll find them under buildings and silos, and they are these guys. We start here. So 20 grand for this one, which is the bigger one. They snap around as well like that, so that's quite a big one. Then we've got this one. They've all got capacities on, so the large one's 5 million, then we go 3 million, 2 million, which is what I put down. Then we've got these corner ones, they're 1.5 million capacities, and that is it. So very cool. Old Manure Heap by Blacksheep Modding. Moving on, we've got this, which is another pack. Again, I only placed 1 down. This is the Esc Large Shed. This is by DH Modding. They're all fleet. I cannot talk. 3 slots on console. Again, they're very nicely detailed. This is quite huge. Can't remember if this is the biggest one I put down. Do have lights in here, and over on this pillar there is a light switch which we can turn on like so. These ones you'll find under buildings and sheds, and it is these 3 here. So they come up as hay shed on your menu. So I think I went for this guy, yeah, because that's gone down to 1 slot and the others are 3 slots. So I didn't even put the largest one down. This is the largest one, which is absolutely huge. So you've got, let's come over this way, you've got a big area in the middle, and then 2 sort of smaller drive-throughs on either side. Apologies for the camera angles. So 40 grand for the huge one, then this sort of middle one which is there, which loses one of the side bits, that's 35 grand, and then that is just the middle bit, that's 30 grand, which is the one we've got over there. Very smart. So that's Esc Large Shed by DH Modding. Moving on, there's another shed. This is Vehicle Shelter Metal. This is by Blacksheep Modding as well. There's only 1 of these. This is 5 slots if you're on console. So we have a main sort of drive-through bit, and we've kind of got a little smaller bit just there as well. There is lights on here as well, and there is another switch here. If we come up, oh no, it's not circle, it's L3. There's the lights, very nice and bright. Again, this will be under buildings and under sheds, and it is there at the end, vehicle shelter. There it is. Very cool. That is Vehicle Shelter Metal Blacksheep Modding. And then we have this, which is Water Wind Turbine by Nico Pixes. This is 1 slot on console. This is, you can't get water from there, it's going to be a generator, so it's going to generate you income. So you'll find this under production, isn't it? Yeah, and generators at the end. There it is, 23 grand to place down. It is, have I said it's 1 slot? Yeah, so it's not too bad. Depending on what mode you've got it on, it's going to generate you an income. It says per month now. I think I preferred it when it said per hour. So I think I'm on normal on here. That's 480 per month for me. And there it is, and you can spin it around. Pretty cool. There you go, that's the Water Wind Turbine by Nico Pixes. Moving on from there, we have this, which is the Modern Hay Storage by The Lort. 9 slots if you're on console. It's just going to be a hay loft to store your hay and straw. Obviously you'll tip in there, and then round the back you're going to get your product out of there as well. I don't think we can go in any of these, we normally can't. This you'll find under buildings and silos. It is somewhere in here, there we go, 90 grand to buy. It is, did I say how many? Yeah, I said 9 slots, didn't I? 90 grand to buy. And there you go. Storage space for hay and straw. Very nice. So that's Modern Hay Storage by The Lort. And also by The Lort is, well, the next 2 mods actually. This is another pack. I've only placed 1 down. But this is production packs. Or productions pack, should I say. There's 3 in a pack, and they are all 4 slots. So we've got a pig food production one, I think there's a TMR one, and a silage one. Now I probably will place the other 2 down at the end if I remember over there, because it will show you what you need to put into them. I kind of started running out of room and panicked a little bit. So obviously you'll tip in your product there, and you'll get out your product there. So if we go up to the spanner like normal, this is pig food one. So to get pig food we need to put in chaff, potatoes and sugar beet, and then we will get out pig food, which is pretty cool. These you will find under production and factories, because they are part of the production chain. So there's the pig food one, which we've got put down. We've got a mixed ration one, so I will put these down now, and then I'll remind myself to do that. And then we've got a silage one. Well, in fact, I don't need to do that, do I? I could tell you out there. Silly boy. So for TMR, most of you know anyway, you're going to need to put in hay, straw, silage and mineral feed. Whether you get away without putting mineral feed in, I'm not sure. You can actually get away with making TMR with just hay and silage. So again, you might not be able to do that or get away with that because it's a production chain. And then silage production, you're just going to put in chaff and get silage out. So basically it's like a huge bunker silo really, isn't it? So pretty cool. There you go, that's productions pack by The Lort, and this is by The Lort as well. I think this is quite a cool idea. When I was trying to read it, I was thinking, well, what do they mean? It is use of leftovers. I think that's, is that the actual name of it? Let me check. Apologies, because yeah, it's just called use of leftovers, again by The Lort. So it's a bunker silo. It says on the mod hub description that you can put your leftover, it says wheat, sorghum, oats, etc. Now I haven't tested everything, so I don't know what you can put in there, but I put down a standard base game bunker silo, same size as this, over there. And then I got 4,000 litres of wheat in a trailer. I went into the standard bunker silo, and it doesn't even give you the option to tip. When you try and do L1 and R1 and triangle to tip, that is for me on PlayStation, it comes up with a warning saying this action cannot be done or something like that. You come into here, it lets you tip. Look at the help menu. 4,000 litres of chaff. So it turns instantly into chaff. So that's pretty cool, I think. I mean, whether you'll want to waste your crops like that, I don't know. But it does give you another option to get chaff and make silage. So anyway, you will find these under buildings. These will be under silos as well. We do have different size ones. So we've got a small one, but they're all 2 slots. And we've got a medium one, which is what I put down, and then we have a large one as well. They're the same size as the base game ones. They do snap together as well, like so. If you do get a standard base game one though, obviously it will not snap with that because it doesn't recognise it as one of its own. There you go, that's pretty cool, that. I like that. That's use of leftovers by the Lord. Then we have these, which are BR water tank. It's a pack of 2 water tanks, as you can see. This is by FredModding. They're 1 slot each. It's just a place where you can get water from, but it does cost you. It's not free water. But there you go, different ones. These you'll find under buildings and containers, and they are there. 20 grand each to buy, and they are 1 slot each as well. Spin around, do what you like with them. Very cool. That's BR water tank by FredModding. Then we have these, which is decorative rock pack by Ola Haldor. 2 slots each. There's quite a few. I think there's about 8 different rocks, as I've only put 3 down, but they're quite cool looking. Decorative thing again. These you'll find under decoration. You probably saw them when we was going through alien gyms things. I don't know why they are mixed in amongst them, and I presume they are this mod because I cannot find them anywhere else. So there is quite a few here. 500 to buy each, and they're all different sizes. Spin them around like so. It's pretty smart. That's decorative rock pack by Ola Haldor. The last ones for today is another pack. This is water fountains pack by Puma145. This come up as update as well, but it wasn't in my actual update menu. So I think, again, it doesn't say it in the mod hub description. I think the update is to release it on console. So we've got the well there, which is 2 slots, and we have the water fountain, I think, which is 3 slots. Again, place to get your water. It's not free though, it will cost you. I have tested this. This again you'll find under buildings and containers. They are right at the end. So the water fountain's 500 to buy, and the well is 1,000 to buy, like so. So there you go, water fountains pack by Puma145. I think that is it. A lot to get through today. I hope you have stayed with me. Thank you so much if you have. Really appreciate it. I need to go and have a lie down because I am stressed. No, I do enjoy it, but when there's a lot that comes out and you see how many's out when you get home from work, you're like, oh man. But it is great to have all these mods coming out. Let's just hope they fix the game for some people, because I know a lot of you are getting frustrated with that. But that is it from me. Thank you very much. Hope you have all enjoyed the mod review and listening to me waffle on and not being able to speak properly. It's because I get all flustered sometimes when I'm trying to do things quickly. If you have enjoyed it, please give us a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do, and don't forget to smash that bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.